And welcome back to another week's Who Would Win. And this one comes to us from Anthony Dahl, who, by the way, was actually the person who suggested the five-way Tommy Oliver fight. He reminded me of that when he commented recently in that video. So thanks again for that suggestion. That was a really helpful one. And in this week, we have the Martian Manhunter versus the Silver Surfer. Both are extraterrestrial beings. Both are extremely powerful, but who would win in a fight between the two of them? So let's look at the Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter is a Martian. He's a green Martian. Now, in terms of his physicality is roughly on par with Superman. He's fast enough to keep up, at least in flight, with the Flash and Superman. He can react to a ship moving 2 times light speed. He can, how did I write this? 1 second. He can, I believe, dig below with Wally West. Oh, he can, I don't know how I wrote that down, but he can basically move on par with Wally West reflexively. He's not like Flash speed. His Martian physiology gives him the ability to manipulate his molecules for shape-shifting purposes, turning into many muscular forms, many creatures, he can, kind of like Venom can do, or the symbiotes can do, kind of form weaponry from his body if he needed to. He can turn invisible. He can phase, basically turn intangible. He's strong enough to be on par with Superman, though not quite Superman. He's not Superman definitely not his peak Superman levels, but he can trade blows with Superman no problem. He has his own form of super breath. It's more or less just an enhanced breath, and Martian vision, which can do a buttload of things, including see in infrared, see in ultraviolet. It has a form of heat vision. I believe he has a form of X-ray vision. He has a lot of different things that goes with that. And his physiology, because he controls basically his molecules on a much deeper level than most other characters, he is nigh invulnerable to normal-based physical attacks. He's literally survived being a hand, or regenerated from a hand. He got smashed into a puddle at one point, and regenerated from the puddle. He can't. He basically withstood a blast that would normally KO the Justice League. Right, he was very severely injured after that, but he survived a blast that KO'd the Justice League. He's nigh invulnerable in terms of normal physical harm. But obviously, the thing that most people know him for is that he is probably one of DC's strongest telepaths. He can do things as far on the matter of keeping all the material soul, all the Martian souls from passing on. His psionic abilities are so strong that all the Martians that had died, their souls couldn't pass on to whatever their form of heaven was. I couldn't remember that. And that he had kept them bound to Mars for so long. He can erase the minds of everyone on Earth with ease if he has to. Because some of the thoughts of all Earth, he summoned the thoughts of all of Earth to defeat a character called Decay DeFaz, who had become kind of like a omniscient being in many ways in terms of like power. But it was one of the ways they had to stop him. He's adept at mind reading, mind scanning, information gathering, controlling minds if he had to. He's not. I can't say he's all powerful in terms of that. There are a couple he couldn't take on Darkseid mentally, but Darkseid's telepathy is more into mental resistance and domination over others than actual true telepathy. But it needs to be beings of a supreme mental caliber to ward off the Martian Manhunter. Now, Martian Manhunter is not invincible. In fact, he has died before. I believe in what was the. He grabbed a villain and threw them into the sun along with him, and he killed himself. He's weak to fire psychologically and physically. Again, take enough blows, like take a hard enough blow or like a hard enough energy blast, something like that. Basically, incinerate. You got to incinerate him down to his core is what you have to do. And even then, maybe he could. I don't know if he could do it, but he could maybe pull some Charles Xavier X-Men 3 shit and insert his mind to maybe like a host body or something. I don't think he can do that, but who knows? But yeah, that's Martian Manhunter, extremely powerful. Then we have Silver Surfer, or Norrin Radd. Now, Silver Surfer, I can't remember his actual species name, but he was a herald of Galactus. Now, strength-wise, all of his physical abilities are well beyond the range of most of the like keeping the Celestials out of the equation and all those guys. His physical capabilities are well beyond that of most other Marvel characters. He does not need to eat, does not need to breathe, does not need to sleep. Enhanced reflexes, strength, agility, all that kind of stuff. He's capable of matter and gravity manipulation. He's capable of cosmic energy manipulation that he gained from the cosmic force, which he gained from Galactus as being a Herald Galactus. He does have some telepathic and telekinetic ability, but nothing on the level of Martian Manhunter. That being said, he is so like powerful and not all-knowing, but he's very much, and what's the best way to put it? He's very much in control of his own being and path, especially after he fled from Galactus. So mind control doesn't really work on him. In fact, if anyone were, and I had to look this question. I looked this question up too because it was a question that was going to be very key to this fight, whether or not he could be susceptible to mind control. From everything I can find, no. In fact, if someone were to enter his mind, they would be in trouble. So, yeah, get ready for possibly a scenario like that happening in this fight. He can force field, intangible force fields. He can he does have some space-time manipulation. He does have regeneration capabilities, dimensional manipulation, astral manipulation, body size, shape-shifting. He can heal and be healed. Or he can heal and be healed. He can create his childhood from nothing. He can molecularly reconstitute and reconstruct Banner's lab from nothing. 1 second, how did I write this one down? I don't know, throw it with a long. He can transfer matter. Basically, he turned rock into gas, gold to sand, and what was this one? A napkin dispenser into gold. That's what he did. So basically, he is an alchemist, true to form. Now, okay, what? Damn it! he can atomize he can literally atomize an individual just like that. He can turn an enemy made of mist into liquid for better combat. He can conjure clothes if he has to. Hear something a light speed away or light years away. He can mess with he can mess with internal organs. Oh, that's right, he did do that. Oof. He has cosmic awareness. It's basically stated he is capable of destroying a planet. He's durable enough to survive a freaking black hole, for God's sake. Which, if you know how a black hole works, you'll know that's no small feat. Now, is it possible for him to be defeated? Yes, it's possible. They're being stronger than him. Galactus is stronger than him. You could make the argument Thanos might be stronger than him. Maybe Gladiator. Ego the Living Planet, possibly. But it's beings who are well into the cosmic era or realm of Marvel that can surpass the Silver Surfer. Other than that, you're going into like the ones that are literally gods in many ways. So it's not impossible to defeat the Silver Surfer, but it's very, very difficult. So with that being said, how does this fight break down? Well, let's say this fight is Silver Surfer is going to Earth to scout it as a potential food source for Galactus. And Martian Manhunter just happens to be the Justice League member on scene. So they meet and they have a conversation. Now, I can imagine a very civil conversation happening to them. Probably Martian Manhunter, who doesn't need oxygen either necessarily, communicating telepathically, and Norman Rad and the Silver Surfer allowing this. It's like, I cannot let you have this planet. It's like, I understand your fear and your protection of this world, but I must do what I must to please my master. If you do not move, it's like you will be moved. Just holding his hand out there, getting ready to threat him, kind of like Dr. Manhattan did against Rorschach, just holding his hand there, just you will be moved. It's like, do not make me. It's like, if that is your choice, it is. Then so be it. And then, see, there's two Well, let's see. No, I would. Okay, I'll take back what I was about to say. I was about to say that if Martian Manhunter tries to go into Silver Surfer's mind, I think Martian Manhunter might lose right there. But Martian Manhunter is one of the strongest telepaths in his respective universe. So now that being said, he'd still maybe try to shut Silver Surfer down, so maybe try to get into his mind. But the minute because he's also got part of the cosmic force with Galactus and all that in there. Plus, he's just has complete dominance over his being, more or less. So Martian Manhunter, I think, quickly realized he made a very bad error going into this guy's mind, and he'll be immediately strained after he gets out of there. And that's when Silver Surfer blasts Martian Manhunter, John Jones. John Jones maybe gets his arm blasted off. Then he fires his Martian vision, and the actual fight takes place. Now, in terms of blow to blow. Physically, I actually think the Martian Manhunter might be the physically stronger of the two. But durability-wise, and I mean in terms of not necessarily like the regen versus, just durability. I mean, when these guys go punching each other, how much damage these guys can take, Martian Manhunter, yeah, he can regen from a puddle. Martian Manhunter cannot survive a black hole. Silver Surfer is durable enough to survive a black hole. Therefore, in a blow-to-blow, well, I'm not saying that Martian Manhunter can't hurt him either. He's not going to be able to hurt Silver Surfer as much as, say, Silver Surfer could hurt him, say, with like using cosmic energy in his punches. So it's going to be trading blows, and maybe Silver Surfer's definitely going to get hurt, but John Jones is going to be feeling the pain a lot more, especially with, like I said, if he's going to basically just be having cosmic energy in his fist, maybe he's going to have chunks of him missing. And it might take a few moments to regenerate being cosmic energy, but he's still going to regenerate. Then he's maybe going to grow in size, use some shape-shifting manipulation, maybe just grab him, throw him maybe into the moon, and the fight will continue on to the moon. They're going to be trading blows back and forth. But the overall problem I see in this fight for the Martian Manhunter is that his real trump card would have been his telepathy and his telepathic abilities to possibly shut him down or anything like that. I personally don't think that is strong. And don't get me wrong. We all know how strong a telepath John Jones really is. But he's really doesn't go up against people who can match his telepathy that often. Even when individuals like, again, this DK DeFaz, who I can't remember exactly what the situation was, but he had kind of had like a semi-god-like status. Even guys like them can bow to the Martian Manhunter. But Martian Manhunter has his limits. Like, he doesn't take on Darkseid as far as I know. He doesn't take like guys like Lobo on or anything like that. Can't control Doomsday because Doomsday really doesn't have a brain. He doesn't have any organs. So there are individuals who the Martian Manhunter just can't control. And I feel Surfer falls into that category. So you take his you take his telepathy and things along those lines. You got to go to his physical abilities. Now, that being said, he can definitely last a long time given his regeneration, his durability, his phasing abilities. So, maybe, Norman's about to, do the final blast, about to atomize his head or something, but then all of a sudden he goes intangible. And Norman, as far as I know, can't do anything against intangibility. So, he's like, what's this? It's like, and then all of a sudden Martian Manhunter maybe phases through and then phases back in. And now he's got Martian Manhunter's fist through him. So that could pose a big problem. It's like, he'll be like, ugh. It's like you brought this on yourself. But then at that point, Silver Surfer ain't gonna fuck around anymore, and basically, and then he's gonna grab Martian Manhunter or maybe just touch him by his. It's like, and Martian Manhunter's gonna be like, It's like, so did you. And at that point, he'll just atomize the Martian Manhunter. Here's the thing, and that's the end of the fight. I think Silver Surfer wins this. Here's the thing, and yeah, I looked that up. Yeah, he atomized the guy. You can say whatever you want about molecular manipulation. Molecules are one thing. The atoms that make up those molecules are a completely different thing. In fact, you know what? Just so don't make an ass of myself for saying that, let me get this. Let me just see if there is a difference, because I do believe atoms and molecule. Oh, wow, that actually does come up. Okay, atoms and molecules. What's the difference? Oh, actually, let's. If you want to do a little more thinking, imagine the smallest particles of matter. Supergiant atoms. atoms are then used to create molecules around us. So atoms make up molecules. Again, you can control you could be Molecule Man in the Marvel Universe. You're still made up of atoms. Therefore, if someone can manipulate atoms, your molecular manipulation don't mean shit. So, yeah, when you're up against a being who can atomize things at will, it's very hard to find an opponent that can match that with their own abilities. Now, those who can manipulate actual molecules themselves, that might be able to offset that ability. Martian Manhunter can only manipulate himself to a degree. And even then, instant atomization, it's not something that Martian Manhunter can just like preemptively prepare for, especially if he doesn't know if his opponent can do that or not. So, with all of that being said, I give this fight to Silver Surfer. Now, is there a scenario where Martian Manhunter wins? Well, in a physical way, no. I don't see any real way. I don't see any real way for him to physically beat the Silver Surfer. But maybe, just maybe, if he's capable of, that close range focusing all, because I don't see him going all out telepathically from the get. But if he did maybe try to go full on telepathy, there might be a scenario where he does like overwhelm the Silver Surfer. But even then, I don't know if I just don't know if I don't know if Martian Manhunter's telepathy is strong enough to completely manipulate the Silver Surfer, or completely shut him down. I'm gonna go on no, but it could definitely overwhelm him temporarily. And then maybe John Jones can like call for backup or something like that. But even then, that's not him beating him. So yeah, I gotta give it to Silver Surfer. For sake of sake, I'll say 95% of the time. I think there's maybe a scenario where the Martian Manhunter can come out on top, but I don't think it's a likely scenario. I don't see it happening very often. But anyway, yeah, 95% of the time I think Silver Surfer's going to take it. But anyway, let me know what you think. If you think differently, that's cool. Just be respectful about your opinions. Like, I've seen some people in a couple of my videos, and I don't care what you think about what I said necessarily, but if you're going to get into a debate with other people in the message or the comment section, be respectful about it. Don't be a dick about it. There's no reason to be a dick about those kind of things. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. If you have ideas for who would win, Star Wars, What If, Magic, Superhero, any of the videos I do on the channel, please put in the comments below as well. I'll do a review of that at some point. I will have a Magic video up in just a second because we got more All On Ket stuff, and I'm happy. So there will not be an actual Magic video for tomorrow unless more All On Ket stuff comes out tomorrow, which is possible. We're getting, literally, spoiler season starts on Monday. So we're getting all these like preemptive spoilers. It's really cool. Plus we got the Magic store, which showed off some artwork, and we had some more new artwork. Got a lot of stuff to go over. But also, Ghost in the Shell will be tomorrow, plus another superhero video. And next week's Who Would Win will be the continue of my Bleach Who Would Wins. That will be... Now, I haven't decided... I'm probably going to come down to a coin flick, but it's going to be either... Well, it's Shunsui Kyoraku. Former Squad 8, now current Squad 1 captain. But Squad 8 captain. And it's going to be either versus... what's the name of the guy? Hold on. It's going to be either Kakashi he fights, or it's going to be... Where is that one I wrote down? One second. Oh, there it is. Trafalgar Law from One Piece. With basically the guy with the surgery ability. Now, I mean, looking at both of them, I'm like, the Trafalgar one's definitely an interesting one. And if I don't, and here's the thing too, I got that suggestion, and I obviously taken the suggestions, but if I don't use your suggestion right away, that does not mean I won't get to it or I won't use it. I will still use it at some point in the future. Like I had someone suggest Alucard to fight Kenpachi, and while I'll completely do that fight at another point, for the initial Bleach Captain fights, I'm going to shy away from that one. That one I don't think works at all. At least not in this context. Just because I have to do the research to see if Kenpachi's even capable of killing Alucard. If he's not really capable of killing Alucard, then it's not a fair fight really at all. Yeah, no, it's either going to be that or Kakashi. And I've already written down the Kakashi one. I was actually prepared to do that last month, but yeah, I ended up doing the other one early. So I'm like, oh, no, I don't need to do this one right now. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back in a little while. Later.